Hey Shilpa, good evening.
Good evening.
Hi,
It's nice to
how are
see you
you?
back. I'm good,
I
thank you.
know, yes, it is. You have, since our last live on the paradigm shift, you have done so much more. So you had to be on the paradigm shift so that we could, tell people about what all inspiring things that you've been up to. So this is really great, Shilpa.
Thank you for
Shilpa,
this
so I'm
opportunity. Yeah.
Shilpa, people could not hear me while I was talking because I think there was something wrong with my earphones. So I'm going to
Okay.
quickly read about you because this cannot be missed. Okay, Dr. Shilpa Sonawane is a cultural anthropologist and an ethnographist and the founder of DÉWީ, which is an NGO that supports abused women, children, youth, and transgenders. With 25 years of experience in the field of education, Dr. Sonawane is dedicated to empowering marginalized communities and promoting gender sensitivity in our society. She has worked on numerous private and government projects to uplift and motivate transgenders and the other groups. Dr. Shilpa is a strong advocate for gender equal society where gender-based violence has no place. Through her work with DÉWީ, she aims to enlighten, uplift, motivate, and empower the LGBTQIA community to stand on their own feet. Her commitment to this cause and her passion for experimental learning makes her an inspiring leader in the fight for equality and justice. So, Shilpa, this is so great.
Thank you, Shiku. Yes.
So, so Shilpa, let's start. Let's get right into it. I want to know what inspired you to start DÉWީ, and when did you start it, and how did this come about?
So the story is not very long, okay? But the experience is about 25 years since I've been working with the community and learning in the same, with the same community, learning a lot more about people from the community and the impact what is being there when there has been no support and when there has been support with the community. So it so happened that since I was working from the last 25 years with the community, I've been with them through their thick and thins. And initially, when third gender was not accepted, and then it was accepted by male, female, and third gender officially in India. I also had an opportunity to travel to many places where trans community were treated in a very different manner. Okay, and in our country, we were not yet open to accept the community because we were not aware of their existence, and either we were very scared to accept the person as in trans, or else we were clueless about this community. Okay, so there was a kind of a mixed feeling towards the community. And during the COVID time was the actual period when everything changed with me. Okay, always known as a black sheep of the family, Shiku. I think, yeah, being black sheep of the family, labeled very prominently, but this is the same thing which actually pushed me to getting into such things where I could help out the marginalized people and gender preferred and gender minority. So during the COVID times, we had a lot of crime happening, which we were absolutely unaware. And this happened because people were all in their homes, and mostly the women who are generally known as the weaker sect, which I don't believe they are. So they were the ones who were abused, and a lot of things happened in many houses which were not shared, which did not come out since they were into the closed walls. And a lot of crime happened with the trans community as well, because there was no food given to them. There was separately, there was a kind of a discrimination happening. And we were distributing a lot of food, in every section of the society, but they were excluded and they were not given enough. And imagine, we still worked, or we still had something to do, or maybe had savings. But they come from a community where they're shunned by the society, and they are not having a proper job or something like that, not having savings. And what would they do? They're totally dependent. And those are the times when I, of course, from my side, whatever I could do, and I had a team of people who were very supportive and empathetic towards this community. They helped out, but we could only help out in our vicinity and a little away from our vicinity. What happened to all those 4,88,000 transgenders all over the country? Okay, maximum are in Uttar Pradesh. There are about 1,33,000 in Uttar Pradesh only. Then we have in different states, So altogether 4,88,000 to 5,00,000 transgenders. What must have happened to them? And how did they survive during this period of time? How did the gender minority, which are the section of women called up, and how did they survive sitting at home and taking abuse? Abuse of language, abuse of physical abuse, mental abuse, all the kind of torture. So during this period of time, I learned that, first of all, we never expected COVID to come across like this, and we never expected ourselves to be behind the doors and just closed and couldn't interact with people and couldn't go out, do anything for anybody or for ourselves also. And I really felt very, very upset, and whatever could be done with the team, we started, and we successfully did a lot for the community. But at the end of the time, I realized that it's high time that we have to start something that would support them in all aspects, for the gender minority and the gender preferred. So DÉWީ just came into the thought, and the word DÉWީ came because we always think about women, as goddess. If you think in the society, women are goddess, but we do not treat them like goddess. Okay, what our mentality accepts them is like goddess, beautiful, the physical beauty of the goddess. Have you ever seen the strength of a woman? She can face anything, anywhere, anyhow. She has that capacity, but unfortunately, she's been subdued, suppressed, and told, even multiple times, induced into her mind that you're not capable. You're not able to do this. You'll never be able to do this. And why are you doing this? These are the questions that come. I don't know why this, WH questions, which are generally only entitled for English grammar, being used on women specifically and to the gender preferred. It's very strange. But this is our mentality of the society. Unfortunately, we are not open to accepting any community which is beyond what is in our reach or understanding. So DÉWީ was born, and DÉWީ was born under this pretext to come closer to the community who need them. So it doesn't mean it's only women or transgender or LGBT. Anybody who needs help, DÉWީ could help them out. And DÉWީ is just a plain support system, having no other intention but directing the people who need help to the right place. Because we don't know if you're a transgender, if you have some support or funding, or you need something, education, you need a job, you're ready to do it, then DÉWީ will direct you. Okay, DÉWީ will direct a woman if she feels, okay, fine, I'm going through torture, I need a lawyer, it's a basic human and woman right in India that you are provided with a legal, assistance. So DÉWީ will direct you to that. If you're from the LGBT community, you need to come out and you need to really come out of the closet and express yourself. You need to have a mental space which is safe and where you can express yourself. DÉWީ is there. So DÉWީ was born to express the fact that DÉWީ is a powerful goddess, no matter what gender you are. But if you feel you are powerful and you are actually suppressed and you are subdued by people around you, DÉWީ is something that shows that it has arms of different kinds. You've seen the goddess? It has different arms. What does that different arm mean, basically? They're not goddess with, an alienating appearance. It is not those different arms. They are arms to show the empowering. So DÉWÍ's slogan is Sashakta Saksham Shakti. You can empower yourself. You don't need people to tell you. Basic thing is come out of your comfort zone, express yourself, find a solution, and go forward. That's what DÉWÍ does.
That is awesome. The line that you just said, you know, that you can empower yourself. That is so awesome. Okay, so
Thank you.
Shilpa, I love the way that you know, actually came out and you know, formed this project. Tell us, what are some of the challenges that are faced by transgenders in India? I mean, we already know, we see them begging on the streets. So obviously there are no jobs, they're not accepted. So what do you, I'm sure they go through so much more. So can you please shed some light on that?
Okay. First of all, most of us, even if we know what is going on around us, we do not know the term transgender. Okay, we have to understand what does the third gender mean. Okay, they're born. They are not made, out of space. They're born. So it's God sent. Okay, I would find them very powerful because they are half female and half male. It is a form of Ardhanarishwar, and I really feel they are really powerful. Unfortunately, when they're born to normal people, we are the ones who shun them. Even parents don't accept. So what happens is they're either taken for rehabilitation, because now there is a sort of health known as rehabilitation for them. Otherwise, they are left to the community. Somebody comes and picks them up and takes them. So what happens in the community is the community at large is not accepted. Okay, by our society, it is not accepted. So what happens in the community is the only source of income, okay, is either prostitution or getting into some other meager jobs, okay, but jobs also which are not accepted by normal society members. So when you get into prostitution, since you have no acceptance, what happens is there is only one way of earning money, okay, and then you land up having disease, okay, where you do, even when they have disease, they're not accepted by doctors to be treated. They don't have treatment system. It's that bad. So of late, there have been many institutions, organizations like T-Arms. Manchavan is the founder, amazing personality. And I really tell you, God made many of these kind of people, who really support the community. This particular organization is the one which actually helps the transgender to it's a free surgery given. If you want to transit to a woman or a man, okay, it happens, because you're not accepted as a transgender, not easily even in an educated society like today. So what happens is T-Arms gives this opportunity for a transgender to, if you want to become a man or a female surgically, okay, and it's free of cost. So this is based in Mumbai. Okay, kudos to Manchavan, who has really started this initiate. And there are many such organizations where one of them is Tweet, which I know of because of a friend of mine, Yadnya, a transgender herself, and they are the ones who give recruitment services for transgenders if they really want to come out and get into a job.
Oh,
So
lovely.
what challenges that they face? Challenges for themselves is a big challenge, okay, for themselves to come out and express, okay, fine, I want to go in for a transition of becoming a male or a female. That itself is a big decision in their life. Otherwise, I want to work, okay, I'm ready to work, but to come out of that comfort zone and express, and I want to work, or I want to get educated. Now, Indian UGC also has given permission by bringing in a lot of courses through SWAYAM, if you know of. It's like the All India Service for education, wherein you can get educated in any stream of education that you would like and free of cost. So education is not a problem. Now, getting transition of male female is not a problem. Now, even getting a job, if you are educated and you are having a mentality to work, is also not a problem now. But before this, all these were the main areas where people, all the transgenders or the community was at large not knowing. They were blank about the support system. So DÉWީ is the one where it went out to people and reached out to people and expressed, there is this section. If you have a problem, this section is ready for you. This section is ready for you. Getting them introduced to these things, that please, now you have to come out. First of all, come out of prostitution, get into a job by getting in a good education, which is free of cost. Why won't you do that? But it takes time, because you're in one profession for a period of time. I think it's from ancient India that we've got into this, and to break that code, is a challenge, and it takes time for them to really come out. There was
Right.
one story I would like to share, Chiku. I happened to have a meeting with a few transgenders with Nalanda Foundation, which is based in Pune, and it is in an area, in particularly in Pune, where there are few who are staying together as a community, and I got this opportunity to have a conversation with them, to build up a team and express, how to help them. One person in that team was really good looking and smart, straight, and well spoken, very well spoken, etiquettes, mannerisms. I was awed by that personality, and every time I was having a conversation, my vision used to be, pulled on to that personality. It was really very powerful. And after the whole thing got over, he came in and he said that, you know, uh, you spoke very well. Thank you to come and accept us and showing us a path, And us, when he said the word us, I said, I wouldn't like to take his name. He said, us, and I asked him, how come? I mean, are you an ally for that? He said, no, I'm a transgender. And I'm working with the army. And I was flabbergasted. I was like, wow. I said, you're working with the Indian Army. That's really, because I told you the personality was so very well built, well spoken, well mannered. And I said, you're working with the Indian Army. I was so proud of my country. Believe me, so proud of my country. So now there is a lot of scope for one to come out and express and get into something that they like. I feel, if DÉWީ works in more, spreads out this word and gets them tuned to places where they need help, I think we can get a lot many from this community to better situation, elevate them. Yeah.
Amazing. So, Shilpa, you've done cultural anthropology and you're an ethnographist. How do you incorporate these two things with the line that you have that you're following?
Oh, okay. Anthropology basically deals with people. Okay. So anthropology talks about people, study about people, what affects them, and how are they made. Okay. So cultural anthropology is supposedly if I am so and so, why am I so and what has impacted me to be so and so. Okay. So I think that actually played a biggest role in my life. I experimented with many other things also in my education, but the end of this education where I got my doctorate, cultural anthropology and ethnography, enabled me to understand the human being much better from different sects of life and different sect of places also. Like if you talk about people who are staying in the north, people are staying in the northeast, or west or south are differently made. How do they behave? What really impacts them? Cultural anthropology is a study of people, the behavior, the acceptance. Basically, the word acceptance was something that I was more interested because it was related to people's skill. Okay, and that is where I think I could relate to people very easily, and it worked out fine because of me working with DÉWީ and meeting so many transgenders and LGBT community. Them accepting me was a very challenging thing. It's not easy. Okay, you just go in and you get your.
So, what do you think, Shilpa, is the role of education in promoting gender sensitivity and equality?
Education is the most important thing. I just spoke about it. I think almost 99.9% of people are not aware of what trans means. Or not only trans, we are talking about women abused, children abused. We hardly know. We read it in the newspapers, we watch it over the television, or we talk about the crime, we feel sick, demeaning, but that's all. We are not educated to take the next step. So for both, for gender preferred or gender minority, either it's abused or whatever, education matters. And they generally get mocked. If you see transgenders or even the LGBT community gets mocked. Okay, transgenders moreover. And if you have you have parents who are having children who are born as trans, and even I have seen this transition as of now. Parents are accepting their trans children, and there are many of these trans children getting educated in normal schools. Now, there shouldn't be a separate school for them. I feel we have normal schools, and normal schools should be taught to behave properly. No, no mocking them, no bullying them, no treating them differently. And if that education matters, I think education should be put up here in this situation where it starts from the ground level, that children of that age, when they go to school, are told that third sect or third gender is not different. Please accept. That's one.
Yeah.
When they're growing up, if in school we are taught that we are not different, obviously we are not going to be treating them differently when we grow up, right? So this is a very important fact. Education here matters. Education later matters to the generation which is one above us. Okay, because they have never had it in school, they've not had it in the surrounding, and now everything is being accepted. For them, it is difficult to digest this fact that, okay, it is accepted. I don't know why it is very difficult for them to digest this fact. So the generation above us should be told that, okay, India is changing, mentality is changing, we are changing, we are accepting everybody equal. The word equal means equal to everybody, male, female, third gender, everything is equal. So even you have to learn, because I have seen many old people, very weirdly behaving with kind of transgenders. If they see them on the road, and then they tell their grandchildren as well, nee, don't look at them, and don't let them touch you, or don't. Why are you treating them like that? So I think they should be educated also. So the sect where we are aware of things, what is changing. The next generation is accepting, and it is much better accepting than even we are. Okay, our generation. So kudos to the next generation. I feel we have to get educated, and the one above us have to get educated. No.
Absolutely, because I remember watching this Dance India Dance, or one of these talent contests where a trans person, he'd taken part as a belly dancer, and he was telling his story, and it was heart-wrenching, because the way he said that, my father would hit me, my friends would hit me, they would make fun of me, and they would tell me, why are you behaving in a feminine way? Why can't you be, stop doing this? And, they would call him all sorts of names. And I'm so happy that he's found the platform where he is. And, I am not sure which platform it was, but it was amazing the way he performed, and he was applauded for his talent. That was amazing. So yes, I'm sure, like you said, education is so important for them and for all of us, all our generations, so that
our generation,
everybody is safe. Absolutely. So how can individuals and society as a whole work towards eliminating gender-based violence? You have to shed some light on gender-based violence.
Gender-based violence is something that is existing everywhere, anytime and every time. Okay, even at this moment of time when we are having a conversation, there's something happening in our neighborhood, probably we have no clue about. But gender-based violence comes in two ways. It generally happens in the gender minority, to the gender minority. So gender minority could be women, children, girl, child. Okay, and then of course the preferred, gender preferred also. So what kind of crime can happen in different angles? You see, women, you have domestic violence, you have workplace violence, you have crime happening on and off. Why does it happen? Why does crime happen? Does it happen because we are tuned for crime? And does it mean that every woman who is passing by you, who's susceptible to these things because of her way of clothing or her behavior? No, I don't think so. I think it is the mindset. to accept a person? Why do we look into the physical appearance and then approach a person, or we react to a person? Why physical appearance is considered important? Then if you say, if a woman is wearing scanty clothes and this is, oh, she deserves it because she's wearing scanty clothes and revealing clothes, it's wrong, because there are rape happening even to a girl child who is 2 months old. What do you call that then?
Yeah.
That is the mindset. So the mindset is either you're sick, okay? Absolutely. The one who is, inflicting this crime is basically sick in his mind, or it is just a pattern that has been developing, or maybe because of his childhood, which has put an impact on his mind, and this is what he is actually, his behavior has turned out to be like this. So there are a variety of causes for this kind. But when it comes to women, it is different. When it comes to a girl child, she's abused. Yes, it is different. It's not only a girl child. Okay, I have seen and I've heard a lot about boys of puberty age or younger, adolescent, also being used and sodomized. Why? I mean, what is the need to do such things? It just comes because either you're mentally unstable doing it, or you're mentally sick, you need asylum or you need treatment. Okay, one of that. On the other side, I would say, even if, God forbid, something like this happens in your locality, in around you, what would you do as a citizen? Keep watching about it, talk gossip about it, or react to it? Approach. What would you do? Is generally, this is the general public. Oh, don't go and talk to that girl. She's just been raped.
Yeah.
Hello, walk down to that person and say, okay, fine. If you go anywhere, see that my child is with you. You're not going alone anywhere. Do you have the guts to say that? Or you can believe this fact that what has happened to that particular child or a woman would have happened to you as well at some point of time, if things really go bad. So why do we overlook into these kind of situations in the society where we see, oh, something has happened, just keep away? Because we are very, very scared. Our mind in the society is a very closed mind. And I wouldn't say that because we have been given this kind of treatment from our childhood, that go, if you find crime, go face it, go bring justice to the person. That is a different question. But generally, our public are scared. Okay, our women are scared. Our women, when they hear about other women, they would rather be closed inside and not talk about it, because they think, involving here would be a problem to me and my family.
Right.
I say, just make a phone call to a police. If you feel a crime is there, make a phone call to the police and say, I think there is some problem in that house and the woman of the house is suffering there, or the child there is being suffering. I have a feeling. Please don't disclose my identity, but please go and have a look. This one small step towards bringing in safety to your neighborhood would make a difference. Yeah. Secondly, if you see these things happening around you, be alert. This could happen with you, or why not? Why won't? Anything can happen to anybody. So if something is happening, be alert and create that space around your society for others also to live in with you. You can't be so selfish and living in that zone of you and your family, and that's it. We live in a society, and why is the society made around you? Is because man is a social animal. If you were bound to only have your family and live by yourself only, then you would have been kept away and you would have been staying somewhere else. Why you're staying in amongst people is that you have some responsibility and contribution towards the society around you. That general awareness and alertness should be created within you. One. And this is the second point. And of course, the third point goes in for the transgenders and all. When they move around in the vicinity, begging for alms and going, and you see people around, how they mock them, how they talk about them, or how they laugh, please tell them, stop it. You don't need to do that. And that you can do it as a citizen, as a human being. You don't need a right to do that to another person. Excuse me, don't do it. That much you can say. A little bit of maturity, at least at that point of time, you can create it. And these are not the very difficult ones that you can say, oh, no, this I cannot do. It's not very tough. Remember, you are very safe. Come out of your zone and see how people suffer. And God forbid, if it ever comes to you, are you going to react like this, or you're going to expect your neighbor to come and at least help you out? You expect. Then why don't you become one of those saviors? At least one. I'm not asking for the whole world around. One. Save us all.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely, so well said. Shilpa, you need to tell us what are some of in your opinion, what are some of the misconceptions that the society has towards, uh, about the LGBTQIA community or transgenders, and how does DÉWİ address them?
Oh, this has been there from the last 2 generations, that there is a lot of misconceptions about the LGBT community. First of all, they say, "What is this? It's whole, it's a drama." They say it is not true, or somebody's pretending. If somebody says that, I am born a female, but I feel like a male outside, and I want to behave like a male, or I'm getting attracted to somebody who is of the same sex, people say I've gone insane, or they say it's a disease. Okay, then they term it as a disease. It isn't a disease. Okay, LG, that is lesbian and gay, basically happens when it is genetic, and I think I have discussed about this in another interview on Cosmic Pride, where the psychological and the medical issues related to LGBTQIA plus community was mentioned on Paradigm Shift. I think we can revive on that as well. That it is hormonal, it is genetic, and I think it is very natural. But the fear again, it's a hypocritic situation here in the society. I know that I am one of them, but unfortunately, I had to get married in the normal way. I could not come out of my closet, but I am butchered and suppressed myself, and I don't know how to react to it. But my child comes out the similar way, the way I am, but I don't accept that, because I'm scared of the world again. I'm not standing true to myself. I'm not standing true to my child, and the child is because it's like that because of me. So it's not a disease. It's genetically. It's hormonally. It's been transferred. So please understand, it's normal. So if you ever find a child having these kind of instincts, and okay, they are normal. So treat them like normal children, like your children. Just treat them normal. There is nothing to get paranoid or overreact rather. It's not a disease at all that can be spread. It's contagious. No, no, no, it isn't contagious. So it's natural. Oh, the only thing contagious is love. Spread it as much as you can. I think that is better than spreading hatred or, this kind of feelings.
So sweet. So tell us, Shilpa, in your so many years and plus these few years with DÉWİ, have you had any success stories about some people that you have helped, like how DÉWİ has impacted their lives as individuals or as communities? Can you think of some episodes?
Yeah, many, many. And as I told you, from childhood, my story started in a very different manner. I was put into a situation where my one of my relatives told me, "No, no, no, don't go close to them. You'll get the disease, and you'll become one of them." Kind of thing. How can that happen? I was 12 years old when in Mumbai. I think I had repeated this earlier also. I spoken about this that the transgenders used to come to every household and ask for alms on Wednesdays. And that particular Wednesday, my mom wasn't there, and she asked for some food or money, and I didn't have anything. And Mama nahi hai. So she said, "Either rao." And she just took me and put me inside a ghagra. I was so scared. I was so petrified. But that changed my world. That changed my world. I came out of the ghagra suffocated, like I was just going to die. And that kind of an expression, and I was overly scared. But I came out, and then at the age of 12, I realized, why is she like that? Why? She laughed at me and she went. She didn't, she didn't know that she was actually scaring me, and she did that act out. I don't know why she did it, but she changed my world. I don't know. I started wanted curiosity, generated to know more about that character, because I found her little different than a man and a woman I used to see every day. So then on, of course, I was working with these communities, and for the past 25 years, yes. The transition I have seen in some people, I just spoke about this boy whom I saw, who was very, very good looking and a very smart guy, and he came and told me he's working in the army, and I just mentioned it, right? And I was really very happy about it, and I asked him, so they know that you are a trans? So he just stood by for 2 seconds and he said, no, they don't know. I said, they don't know. then you're working there. Is it good or bad? So he said, after listening to you, I think it's not right. I should have told them that I'm a trans. I said, yeah, you should. So he said, I was very scared that if I tell them I'm a trans, probably they'll not accept me and throw me out of the military. Okay. So I think I should tell. I said, please go ahead and see. But don't be don't be a kind of person who wants to hide. When you are one of the community, if you don't take the initiative, what are you going to set an example for the others? And he went and he told that he is from this community and he's a trans. And the best part of it is they said it's okay. Up till now, we haven't known about it. Now also, we will not disclose it. You can work for the Indian Army. And I was so happy. I was so happy about that. At least you're not lying about. You had the strength to speak out. So I think that was one of these stories. And yeah, there was this trans who was named Papu, who was coming. This was in somewhere in 2007. Used to come regularly towards my office and ask for help. And there was Karishma also. There was another trans, and both of them used to drape a sari and come and ask for alms. Both were friends. One day they came and they came upstairs and they said, "Ma'am, paise donge? Acha hoga aapka," and something they say, no, they blessed me. So I said, no, I would be blessed if you, instead of asking this, come and work. I'll give you a job. I won't give you money. So for 2 minutes, they didn't know how to react. They said, कैसे देंगे काम? हमको क्या आता है काम? हमको तो यही करना आता है. I said, I'll teach you. I used to have an embroidery setup, a computerized embroidery setup I used to have. I said, I'll teach you the machine and you can work. It's machine work, like, stitching. I'll teach you how to do it. Will you do it? So then they went 2 steps back, okay? They were talking to each other and then they said, they came forward in about exact 7 minutes and I was just watching them. They came and told me, पैसे दूंगे? I said, free में तो कुछ नहीं दूंगी, okay? पैसे दूंगी, लेकिन अभी इस तरह free में नहीं दूंगी. I won't give you like this. You don't have to beg for it. Will you work? I'm giving you an opportunity. They said, कैसे आना है? कब से आना है? I said, एक तो ये, come out of this sari viri. If you are comfortable wearing a sari, then you wear a chudidar and come, okay? Or whatever, you're comfortable. So both of them came. Believe me, Shiku, both of them came. And I said, would you want to do it in the morning shift or evening shift? Because I used to have 24-hour shift. They said, ek subah karega, ek sham ko karega. And they did it. They worked with me for almost 6 years. And then they got a job elsewhere. They did a nursing course during that simultaneously. And after doing that, they got a job also. I put them across in Pune, one of the hospitals here. They accepted them. So, yeah, they're working. Yeah, these are the few stories.
Yes,
yeah.
That is so good. That is so good. So tell us, when if there is somebody, what advice would you give to someone who wants to get involved in promoting gender equality and empowering these marginalized communities?
Stop giving arms. Keep your eyes, nose, mouth, and your ears open to gender sensitivity. I mean to say, when you speak properly. When you see the depth of the personality, if you can do something. When you smell good things about human beings around you, don't differentiate them in gender-wise. And when you hear properly so that you can speak to that answer and answer well. Just bring in a little bit of empathy and do not show them that they are different, okay? Give them an opportunity if you have, and get connected to people where this is very simple. Just go on the internet and find out where you can get these kind of people connected, this community connected for education, for a job, for, that's what you can do. And you don't need a person, or you don't need to be connected to DÉWީ. DÉWީ is doing her job. She's doing her job in all her arms up, and she is ready for any kind of support. But you also are a part of DÉWީ, whoever you are, So DÉWީ means you are a support system. Just make another person more capable, just like you. That's one thing I would say, and it's just a message for each and every one of us. At least now open up and bring in gender sensitivity around you in the community and the society. I think we all deserve to be equally treated.
Yes. So before we move on to some of the last few questions, and if any one of you have some questions, please type them in the comment box. So if you find our stories interesting and inspiring, please give us a follow, give us a like, and we bring you stories of inspiring human beings like Shilpa, who inspire us to be a better people, a better person, a kinder person, and we're working towards a kinder society. Like Shilpa said, that this generation, the future generation, that is our children, are already kind. They're already very tuned in to that they keep on telling you, mama, you can't say this, and mama, you can't say this, mama, you have to be like that. We are moving there, and we have to work towards educating ourselves and our older generation to be a kinder place for all kinds of people, not only gender minority. So Shilpa, also tell us some of the few things that how are okay. Another thing, Shilpa is not really active. Dr. Shilpa Sonawane is not really active on Instagram. So if you want to get into, if you want to contact her, and if you want to help her in any way, we will be putting her LinkedIn profile in the comments once we post this video, and you could probably contact her there or DM us if you guys want to be a part of helping DÉWީ or supporting any kind of program that Dr. Shilpa is running. Please DM us, and we will be able to get her, get you in touch with her so that you can actually do something. Mona says, beautiful people, both of you make a world a better place. How nice. Shobha says, that's
Thank
really
you.
commendable. Mona says, really commendable. That this is when the story of the two girls, the two trans persons
Thanks.
that you were talking about at this. Okay. So, tell us, what are some of the key messages you hope to convey through your work with DÉWީ, and how can these messages help to create a better world for everyone?
The simple message is basically to
For you.
empower anybody. That is Sashakta Saksham Shakti. That's what Devi means. Empowering yourself. It doesn't need any other support. Similarly, you don't need money every time to support. Okay, you don't need funding every time to support. You just need
Right.
a lending hand, a shoulder to understand and take in people's problem, and a ear to hear what they have to say. So I feel it is very simple. Just in your day-to-day life, you come across so many people, not only transgenders. Okay, there are women around you. Maybe even the maid who's working in your house. How much have you sat across with her and have understood her problems? Even if you elevate the woman in your house who is serving you and trying to bring her out of problems, that's the thing that what Devi would want you to do. Just elevate one person at a time. And you don't need money to elevate. You can direct them. As I told you, Shiku, that there are many systems in education where it is free in India now. You know,
Yeah.
the country is doing a lot for everybody, not one section of the society. Amazing stuffs have been introduced. There are places where you can work. Now you can work remotely also. Post-COVID, I think many good things also happened. Okay, so take the benefit of it. And since this community or this level of people, if they don't know about it, please educate them that there is something like this. You don't have to be, shunned in the society and suppressed because you don't know how to progress.
Right.
Bring in that little progress for one at least around you, and I'm so sure it will spread like wildfire. And that is what is contagious, I think, should be in our society.
Absolutely, it will. Kindness will spread like wildfire, like you said. That is absolutely true. So thank you so much, Shilpa. We will be putting up your LinkedIn details in the comments. Please help me with those, Shilpa. And we can also put, DÉWİ's say bank details or ways that
No,
people can get in touch with you.
1 minute.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
repeat again, Devi doesn't need money. Devi doesn't need any funding. I just want your support. I want your support coolly there where I need you If you can help me by finding out more organizations that can be of help to these people and the community, gender preferred, gender minority, anything of these help will be accepted. This kind of help will be accepted. No money needed, no funding needed. It is only you, you as an individual and a human being, just contribute a little time of yours. Any which ways you're seeing and watching reels over the, your phone, and just go to Google and find out something else which could be beneficial for somebody. That's all DÉWީ wants, nothing else. Thank you so much, Shiku. Yeah, you give me this opportunity to speak again on paradigm shift. I say on and off, I come ahead on paradigm shift and explain so many things that we could do for the society. It's been a beautiful journey, believe me, but it's not been very easy. Shiku, it has been a very rough journey for me, but this rough and bringing me out of my comfort zone has made me what I am today. And I'm so sure when I can come out of this comfort zone, each and every one who want to come out can do it. So it's not like, ये तो होना वाला नहीं है मेरे से. This is not the thing. Everybody can do it. Just try once. And, even elevating one soul around you, you will feel you've done a big job. And that will keep a smile on your face every time you watch that individual being happy around you. Try it.
Lovely.
It's really beautiful.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well said. Try it, guys. So try and elevate just one life around you, and you will feel the happiness like Dr. Shilpa Sonawane said. Thank you so much for everything, Shilpa. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
That joined us on this live, and thank you, everybody that will view this video right after we upload it. And see you next week with another guest, with another inspiring stories. And also, if you have any people around you that can be, can be on the paradigm shift with their stories to inspire more people, please let us know in the DMs, and we will get in touch with those people. Thank you so much, Shilpa.
Thank you all. Bye. And thank you, Shilpa. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Take care.